All right, Jaku, this is the social media dive where we look at your social medias and look for content. It may or may not need more context. Let's do this. You have my page open? You looking?
Yep.
All right, here we go. So when I land on your Twitch page, this is what autoplays automatically. Curious about curiosity. Wait, not the rover? What is this?
Yeah, that was the last stream.
Oh, that was your last stream. Okay, so what were you doing in your last stream?
Playing Curiosity the game.
Jaku, streaming right in front of you and playing.
Oh, this is your
my
intro.
intro.
Oh, nice.
My intro, yep. The song is done by X Water and Timmy Verse created a compilation of the videos and mashed them all together.
Oh wow, this is really nice. So the community made you your intro video?
Yep. That's the Whopper robbers. We went around all the Burger Kings in Chicago and stole Whoppers.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, what is a Whopper robbery? And how did what does that mean?
It's when you go to Burger King and you fill out the survey code to get a free Whopper with purchase of with a drink or fry, and you convince them to give you the Whopper without the purchase.
Oh, how many times were you able to do that?
We went to 12 different Burger Kings in one night, and I think we convinced half of them.
So you had 6 Whoppers in one night? That's interesting.
Well, we made the purchase on the other 6. And
so
then we
12
gave them all
Whoppers.
to a friend. So we had 12 Whoppers. We didn't eat all of them. Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of Whoppers, yep. And did it include the cheese, or you had to pay extra if you wanted cheese?
Yeah, that would have been extra.
The Hamburglar?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's going on right here? You're holding a doll baby, an infant. Like
that is the Bop. That is the Bop It baby.
Bop It baby? What the hell's a Bop It baby?
You know what a Bop It is, right?
No.
That is a toy that kids would play, and it was like twist it, bop it, turn it. So this was an invention that I came up with, and another community member actually made it, and it was all the things you're not supposed to do to a baby. So it was like shake it, pull it. So there was a Bop It inside that baby essentially.
Wow.
We called it the Bop It baby.
Wait, somebody just made that and gave it to you?
Yeah, and they made it. I have it. I don't think I could get to it, but I still have it. And they gave it a red wig so that it was my baby.
Interesting. Yeah, I was like, wait, he has a kid? And then I was like, oh wait, no, it's a yeah.
Oh, that'd be some kid.
Okay, and then also it looks like you were speedrunning here, so you are an accomplished speedrunner?
I am an accomplished speedrunner. I've got the world record in the hit game called the Yo-Noid on the NES. I think that world record is undefeated for 7 years. But yeah, Mario Maker, I had played a lot of that. Was big in the speedrunning space.
Wow. Okay. And Mario Maker, was there a point in time where you had a record on certain maps?
Oh yeah, that was pretty easy to do. But yeah, definitely had I don't remember how many, but yeah, that was my main game that I was stream, so it would constantly be getting world records on levels. There was world records the fastest, and then there was also world record for first clears. So there was always a big there was always a big community I got first clear on all these. So
oh nice. Wait, so did you focus on speedrunning? Did you do first clears, both?
I did a lot of viewer levels, so for me it was just whatever came in. There was a few times where there was a weekly competition where it's like, okay, these are levels built for people like us, and I managed to get a few of those here and there.
That's cool. Yeah, I think
it was a good time.
Donkey, we watched a Donkey video where he did a
Bowser's Big Burrito.
Yeah. I was like, did you ever attempt that level?
I have not actually. I it's more of a meme level, but I respect it.
Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see if your intro provides a little more tidbits that needs more context.
Yeah. It's actually probably a great spread of things.
Wait. You have a Virtual Boy? We just saw
yeah.
that was like one of Nintendo's considered
Failures.
biggest flops. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have
that
one?
was
Virtual Boy
I do.
2?
I have a Virtual Boy. A big fan of the Virtual Boy, actually. That was an interesting time. I think I had like 3 or 4 different VR things that I like put on my head during that moment. So it was a very interesting stream. But I love the Virtual Boy.
Okay, and then when you're going as a streamer, you also did IRL. So here's you driving around, and you said the Whopper challenge.
Yeah, this one would have been probably this one. I don't see Kate, so this was probably just me and Johnny. We did we would stream to work in the morning. We called it Jaku and Johnny in the morning, and so
you had your own morning show.
We had our own morning show. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool. All right, let's see what else comes up in your intro.
He's a treasure, a precious jewel you cannot steal. Jaku was just an angel from his head down to his.
Wait. What's going on here? There's like a looks like a hotel room with just people everywhere climbing and jumping out the bed.
Yeah, so that was at a GDQ, a Games Done Quick. The man in the bottom right with the black hat, that's Cliffy. He was doing a stream in the hotel room, and he did not know that we were going to come and do it in real life raid. So it's probably the first IRL raid that happened on Twitch, where we did a stream and we're like, we're gonna raid Cliffy, and we raided him, and then we busted into the room and people started jumping on his bed.
What? You did a simultaneous raided with the community and raided IRL. That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. I would love to see other streamers do that. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I think so. That's the Yo Noid game, but modified to be Yo Jaku, where they put me in the game.
What?
That was the Mario Maker. Yeah.
You've modded yourself into games, okay? And then you do have like your red hair is the signature, right?
Yeah. So I didn't mod myself in the game. My community did. It was it was a surprise for my birthday, I believe.
That's cool.
This is another IRL stream where we drove to Games Done Quick from Chicago. You had the speed. You can see at the top all the stats of the car, like the speed, the distance.
Wait, did you dev that?
Yeah, me and Ross. Ross was one of my team members' friends that we do dev stuff on. In this particular instance, we actually allowed chat to control the car in various instances as well with crowd control.
Wait,
so
what?
They could honk the horn and adjust the audio levels, skip the songs, and increase and decrease the heat and the heated seats.
Dude, that's insane. That's cool. That's cool as heck, dude. You made it where crowd control does stuff IRL.
Yep.
Dude. That's hilarious. All right, let's go a little bit more. There's probably going to be some more highlights that are pretty awesome.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a flamethrower? You own a flamethrower?
I got a flamethrower, yep. That was one of the boring flamethrowers. That was fun. Went to a parking lot in Chicago with that. Surprisingly, no cops.
Nice. Okay.
To business because the stream you're about
Oh, that's my so those. If you're familiar with Paper Mario on the GameCube, there's a level where there's a whole bunch of skeletons, like dry bones that fall down, and so we made a thing that mimicked that. And when somebody raided me, the number of raiders was the amount of paper Jakus that dropped down.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool one. Yes, smart cars do have modability, as we've learned from Jaku. Wow. Okay. Okay, and then what's going on here? You've got like a little box person?
That was another road trip to GDQ. This was the winter one, so we didn't have the controls because Cliffy on the left there, he was scared of the controls this time. We went to like 115 degrees the first time, and he's like, I never again. I think we were just at a this looks like we were at a restaurant, and that was something that was a toy there. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't even know. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, I think this was during a break when we were just eating.
Watch is just stupendous, not horrendous. It's nice. Another streamer just won't suffice. You'll click that follow button. Hell, you'll wanna click it twice. Imagine just what it'd be like.
A lot of Mario Maker.
Yep.
Streams all day and all night.
Lots of
It'd be
Mario
alright
Maker. Trip.
if I could just sit
GTA
you did?
Roleplay.
Yep. Wait, you did GTA RP at one point?
Yeah, I was on No Pixel in 2020, I want to say. Yeah, 2020, 2021.
How'd you like the
coding stream?
How'd you like the RP scene?
It was fun. It was interesting. I think my biggest critique on it though is like if you get too real with not real, but if you try to do anything other than like fun slash just fun comedic storylines, not everyone's up for that. And so if you try to do like a little bit more of a like, oh man, this really isn't going my way, and whatnot, like the audience loves it, but the other creators are like, no, not for me. So that'd be my critique.
I gotcha. Believe it or not, I've done a GTA RP stream and content as an orange cat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How's that work out? That sounds fun.
You literally get carried. Figuratively and literally. So we got invited to a GTA RP event where it was a zombie invasion and a zombie nightmare scenario. Like,
interesting.
Where like, you know, people are becoming zombies and there's these waypoints we got to get to you know, start these generators to combat the infection and the takeover. And I was a cat. Like, I'm an orange cat. Like, I can't hold the gun. Like,
That's fun.
Like, but I was like, no, I am, and I can't talk to people. I'm just like, meow, meow. So they had to like, they're like, oh guys, we're going. I guess this orange cat's going with us. And I was like, meow, meow. All right.
Awesome.
I did have a pivotal moment in which I may or may not have saved the group by becoming the kiting instrument. I kited the zombies in circles, and I was playing Benny Hill music the entire time as the zombies were chasing me, which gave them the opportunity to like focus fire individual ones down. So, but I have RP'd as a cat, and
That's great.
Yep. So. All right, but also this looks like, yeah, you do dev streams, so people will watch you do code. We have hey Boom, do you have your emote? Your famous screenshot emote? But have people watched what you do, and like, are you ever afraid they're gonna like steal some IP or like steal some stuff?
That was a worry at first. My biggest concern, the biggest thing I had with coding on stream was I backseat gaming never bothered me, and most people tend to not do it. Backseat coding is the worst thing for me to ever experience. And so I would hate when people are like, oh, why don't you do it like this? Like, there's so much wrong with this code. This was me like showing off a quick like example of something, and I'm like, this is not perfect. This is just going to do something. And like, there's a million different ways to do this, and yet people are going to just constantly like, oh, you should have done it like this, you should do it like this. And I'm like, I understand. Try doing this in front of 50 people and then talk. Or like just there's a million ways to do it. It doesn't matter. Does it work? Yeah, cool. Is it achieving the goal? Absolutely. Over time, I've kind of not been as critical about that, and it's been better. But yeah, at first there was the worry like, oh, if I show something off, someone's gonna copy it. But at the same time, typically just the idea of something is enough for people to copy, and like giving them the code might be enough more of a push for them. But like, the idea is really what matters. And even then, if people don't have the idea themselves, they typically are like, oh, that's neat, I don't know, they're not going to care. So like I get a lot of people that come up to me like, hey, I have a really cool idea. I think it's gonna make a lot of money. But will you sign an NDA or you won't steal it if I tell you, will you? And I'm not gonna steal your idea. But 9 out of 10 times, it's an idea that I don't care enough about personally to even like invest in that in coding that. Probably more than 9 out of 10. But it's like, yeah, it's cool. That sounds awesome. You're passionate about it. Awesome. Go do great things with it. But if you're not passionate about the idea yourself, you're not going to do it anyways. I don't think people realize that.
I see. Hey, Texas, welcome back. There you go. He spawned in as a black kitty. Check it out, Texas.
Oh.
Texas is one of my founders. He's got the founder's badge. So welcome back, Texas.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Boom's in the chat, and Boom's laughing because Boom is also a dev, but in Unreal Engine, and like that's half the issue with being a software dev streamer is getting backseat devved, and it does get annoying as hell. Like, I think Boom has had it to where somebody is just like flat out was like, "Why are you doing this in Unreal? It'd be so much better if you did it in Unity." And she's just like, "Oh yeah, let me just end my stream right now or close my project, download and open up Unity and start from scratch all over again because you said so, chatter." Like I watched that.
That's funny.
Yeah, any non-devs in the chat? Yeah, there's a lot of devs. So yeah, I've seen them, people say array versus string, different things like that, and it's just like, bruh. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what other cool stuff show up in your intro. Retro stuff. Wait, how big of a retro gamer are you?
I prefer I probably play a lot more retro than anything.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's what I grew up on. Yeah.
Yeah, but you are of the vintage. Well, that's kind of I'm sorry I said that, but
That's fine.
like you just announced, your birthday's next week. You hit the big 4-0 earlier.
Yep.
But like the NES or whatever, like that was a crowding achievement. A lot of people enjoy those games.
Yeah. I enjoy the classics, but I play new games when I can. It's just hard.
Okay. Speaking of Nintendo, has there been any fear that they could potentially shut you down on any of your Nintendo Touch stuff?
We've had talks with them, and no, not really. We're not doing anything that is against the law, and we're abiding by all the regulations that one should have to. They could try, but they lose if we fought it, and Nintendo doesn't like to lose, so they don't try things if they aren't going to win typically. But yeah, like we've had opportunities to work with Nintendo on things, but because of not for crowd control related, but because of what we do with crowd control, they're a little apprehensive here, but just for their own, like they don't want to be seen like condoning it is what it is if we're working on something. But yeah, people are aware of us at Nintendo. A lot of what Nintendo learned about us was during Animal Crossing days, but we're in this weird relationship situation with them where it's like, yeah, you're fine, but if you drop support, maybe you could do more with us. But I think we're happy where we're at.
This is kind of funny. It's like they're purposely turning a blind eye because they're like, this dude is helping people do business and play Animal Crossing way more.
Yeah.
We don't want to interrupt that. We normally wouldn't condone it. What? Mild says, since you're a retro side-scroller fan, have you ever seen Team 17's upcoming game from the popular NPC RP sketch group Via La Dirt League's Nice Day for Fishing?
I just searched that because I'm like, what is that? And I know the whole Nice Day for Fishing, the NPC thing, and I have not seen that. That's awesome. Was not aware of that. So definitely gonna be checking that out.
Yeah, Chava's big in our retro community. Let's see. assume in Japan, there are laws like to be a little aggressively litigious. Classic Nintendo, yes.
Yeah.
The fact that you can't just do a Smash Brothers tournament, you have to do it the Nintendo way to be Nintendo sanctioned, as Ludwig has found out. Like,
Yeah.
it's a little bonkers in my mind. Like,
It is, yeah. It's strange. It's definitely not typical.
alright, we're gonna go a little further. Let's see what else we see.
Or maybe he'll just chill, beat some levels with his skill. You know the deal, thinking there's no way that this can be for real.
Wait, you have extensions in this clip here? Did you get accused of like having fake hair?
Oh no. I had cut a lot of my hair off for a friend for a situation thing to help raise money, and I kept the hair, and I don't remember why I had it, but I was memeing with it. That is pretty funny though. I don't remember the whole details behind that hair.
Have you always had longer?
No, it wasn't until I moved to Chicago where I'm like, let's just grow it out, see what happens, and I kept it.
Has your partner ever wanted to shear you? Shear your hair and your beard?
Facial hair, yes. I think normal hair, no.
Baby, that's the thing that Jaku will always bring. Shock and awe, drop your jaw, make you wanna buy a ring. And get down on one knee and say, Jaku, will you please be with me? But that could only be reality in my daydream.
Oh, I was wearing this mustache. That's what I was doing.
That was real well done. That's awesome that your community.
Hello. Yeah. It is I.
Oh, I need to play this. And that's
Yeah.
I'm that same cat asset pack. Believe it or not. Look.
That's-
I could change to that exact color. Bam. It might be. Yeah.
Oh, it's close. Yeah. If it's not, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the cat. I think this is the cat.
You're in a game.
Yeah, I'm in multiple games. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually, believe it or not, the cats are also in the Miicoverse now. We made a model to where we could import a model in and be cats in the Miicoverse. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
But yes, I am Unreal Engine powered, and that's an Unreal Engine asset, so it makes sense.
Makes sense.
How'd you like Curiosity?
It was fun. It's not as difficult as Only Up on its own. It was only the demo, so I only did like the first section of the game, but it's got some potential for being like a really cool Only Up style game. That's not just Only Up. It has a gimmick where you have lives and you have save points, which are cat beds that you can put wherever, but you can only put out like 3 at a time, and you can replenish them. Or maybe it's only 1 cat bed at a time, but you can have 3. So you put one out, and then the next time you fall or whatever, you can like revert back to that cat bed. So like, I lost all this progress, but if you put a cat bed down, you can restore the point without losing that much progress, which I think is really more accessible. Yeah, like I think a lot more people are gonna like that.
Unconfirmed, true, mild, true. Well, it's cool. So, all right, Jaku. This is his Twitch channel. I'll share this with everybody. If you haven't followed Jaku, follow Jaku. It's in the stream together. Click his name. Go follow the channel. I've shouted him out. Awesome. All right. Let me see what else I see. Go back over. It also looks like. What the heck? Oh, you put your stats out there. I was like, I didn't know what this website is, but I guess it's a stat website that you encourage people to look at stats. So you linked your Sully Gnome?
Did I?
On your page, it looks like.
That's on my Twitch page?
Yeah, Sully Gnome and Twitch tracker.
Where did I put that at?
It's in your About Jaku. So it's probably into your links. These are the links.
I did the. There's an About Me. There's Twitter, Discord. I don't see that.
I think it's probably in your links. Twitch has a spot where you can program links, but I'll even screenshot it
Yeah.
and send it over to you. I was just like, not a lot of creators do that, to be like, here's my data, go look at it.
Yeah. I might have. Yeah, I must have. Obviously, I don't remember that.
Well, there you go. I was gonna ask you your inspiration to do that, but you don't remember.
Oh, is that no? That looks like a plugin. That looks like an extension plugin that you might have.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Oh, I apologize then.
No,
False accusation.
all good. Yeah, because all mine has is mine just has the spiders and it doesn't have that act section.
Okay, explain the spiders. Like I did see your page is the only one that does that. Like, what are the spiders? How did that come about?
It's not even it's an old internet thing. But mainly in chat messages, you can type these in a Twitch chat and it will just like form over the rest of the people in chat. So I'm like, does it work on the About Me page? I'm like, oh, it does. So I gotta keep it there because it's funny. I don't know. Like, people know what Twitter or Twitch is. Like, I don't like. There's a link to my Twitch. It's like, yeah, just go to twitch.jaku/spider, whatever. But yeah, it's just a way to mess with the page. Be like, wow, that's weird. Why is it doing that?
All right, let's go look at. You also link on your page the YouTube. So you do have a YouTube page for your stream, Game and Hack.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, I don't think there's been anything uploaded.
All right, I usually start with the shorts, and I usually look for the most popular and then the oldest short. But you have a total of 2, so
2.
We'll just watch your shorts. But This one got 1K view. This is Portal Gun.
Yeah.
Portal 2 Gravity Glitch is the name of this.
Yeah, I was playing Portal 2 and I got like stuck floating in the air, and I'm like, this is weird. I'll put this on YouTube, see if anyone else ran into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That still got 1K views? Damn.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's the age of it. I think the age helps, right?
What? And then this got 750,000 views.
Yeah.
Hotel door lock being opened with a dry erase marker?
Yeah. So the title's a little it's a little bit of a fib. There's electronics inside the marker. But I developed this technique. There's a flaw in this lock that allows you to read the master key from memory and resend it into the lock by plugging into it. And so I was able to put all the hardware in an Expo marker pen. That made like worldwide news. I was almost going to be on Good Morning America until my company decided, no, we don't want you going on Good Morning America because we have a lot of clients that are hotels.
Dude, so you physically hacked a hotel door and showed that it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
From the outside.
Yeah.
And
the comments on that video are the comments on the short, and there's a longer video, this is a short of from a video, because there was a video with like over 1 million views, and everyone's like, oh, it's fake. You can tell he inserted a card like right there. So he inserted a card up at the top. You just don't see it. He cut away. It's like, no, like it's turning green right now with nobody touching it. Like it's legit doing stuff. But a lot of people call it fake. It's like there are literally like articles and news press covering this vulnerability. It is a real vulnerability that existed. You can still sometimes find these locks in hotels, but fortunately, because of the coverage of this, a lot of them have been removed and replaced.
All right, so it might be in. Did you put the longer format? So it's probably your most popular. Oh yeah,
Probably.
12 years ago, 207K view. Actually, your short got more views, but shorts are more digestible in general.
Yeah.
This guy.
Oh yeah, I could have sort of was yeah, I must have swapped them up. Yeah, that was the first or this was the longer video where it shows like me putting a card in and everything else.
Okay, and was this before you like popped off to partner as a streamer?
Oh yeah, this was 2012, 13, probably 12 or 11 even. 12 years seems wrong, but it was before I was partner. It's before I was streaming on Twitch.
Okay, so you worked, since you worked security, you're just like, hey guys, look what I can do. And then your company heard that you got some attention on this, and they're like, we don't want that attention.
Yeah, most of the business unit I worked for was called Spider Labs, and they were cool with it. But then the rest of the company, Trustwave, the clients were like, hey, we're seeing this thing about the hotel, and like your name's all attached to it. And it's like, we're a hotel. What are you doing? It's like, well, fix your stuff. But yeah, business won over on that one.
Wow. Okay, so that's your most popular video on your YouTube. But let's see here. Let's take a look at a couple more. Wait, the second most popular is Snap Camera Shutdown Fix. Windows instructions. Wait, what was going on?
In 2023, that sounds right. Snap Camera, the company, they announced that they're shutting down support for their Windows and Mac application, where you were able to use your camera to put Snap Camera filters on your webcam, so you could do Zoom calls, Twitch calls, all sorts of stuff with that. They announced the shutdown of that, and I reverse engineered the system, and I was able to save like 1 million filters. And so this is a video instruction of how to patch their exe to use my servers, so you can still continue to use Snap Camera. About 2 million people a month are still using my servers to date for this.
Wait, what? You just did this out of the goodness of your heart?
So it was really funny. I learned about it on Twitter that it was happening, and I knew a handful of streamers use Snap Camera. I had no idea how many people used it, and I had no idea a lot of people outside of streaming used it. A lot of people ended up using it and reaching out to me and telling me how like they use it every day for various reasons. And it was just like, I was just gonna do this because I thought like 10 people needed it. But yeah, like I had the skills to do something. I feel like if you have the skills and the ability to do something, you should do it, as long as it's a positive thing.
Wow. Okay, and let's take 2 steps back. What is Snap Camera for an orange-brained cat who doesn't know what that is?
Yep, Snap Camera is it's like Snapchat, but on your computer and no chat. So instead, it lets you just put fun filters on your face. So you could look like a potato, or you could have a Mario hat on your head, or it could make it look like you're wearing makeup, or it could remove your beard or add a beard to you.
Okay. And was that affiliated with Snapchat?
Yep, it was made by Snapchat owns this Snap Camera app.
Oh, and they just decided to stop supporting it.
Yeah, they stopped supporting the Windows version and Mac version for whatever reason. They created a web version where you can use your browser instead, but it's in the browser and it's so much laggier and just not great. You can't make a virtual camera with it. So your Zoom meetings and stuff can't use it.
Wow, you are a charitable hacker, I guess. This is what you do.
Yeah, I just like helping people.
Wow. All right, these look like, and then these look like more stream-related content. But let's take a look at real hackers playing Watch Dogs 2.
Sure, Watch Dogs 2 came out, and being that was when I was streaming, and I knew I had a hacker, John at Christmas on there. I'm pretty sure, and my friend Viz was on there as well, and Viz was actually consulted on the game by some people at Ubisoft. So he was giving some insights on some of the decisions they made based on his recommendations. And I think this was on the launch of Watch Dogs 2 when we played it.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, and then wait, what? DEF CON undercover reporter flees? 17 years ago? Okay, so this was definitely before your streaming days.
Yeah, this was my second or third DEF CON.
Okay, what is DEF CON for an Orange Brain Cat?
Yep, DEF CON is the world's largest hacking conference in the world. It happens in Las Vegas every year. I think it was DEF CON 33 was last year. Maybe 32? 32. So it's just a large gathering of hackers in Las Vegas. I think about 10 or 20,000 people were at it this year, and it's now about 40,000. DEF CON has a big recording policy, as you can imagine, because it's a bunch of hackers, and it has media. You can get a media pass. But what happened here is that I don't want to say it might have been Dateline. I don't remember exactly. But this reporter decided to not actually go through the media badge and just got a normal DEF CON badge and was caught trying to interview people on how to get like illegal services done. And during the keynote they called her out and pointed her out, and everyone was like,
"Boo! Shame!
Yeah.
Shame! You're not welcome."
I had an actual decent camera at the time, so this got a lot of the views because I think I was one of the first to even upload it to YouTube.
Oh yeah, 360p. That was pretty impressive back in the day.
Yeah.
Mia covered DEF CON once and then used that info for writing in Mr. Robot.
That's not the full story. Some of the consultants used some of the puzzles that were created by Lost at DEF CON, who puts on he would put on something called the Mystery Challenge, which I participated in many years. One of the greatest challenges that you could do. And the problem with that is that his phone number was in the challenge, and they copied the challenge kind of verbatim. So he ended up getting a whole bunch of phone calls one day because people were cracking the challenge that was in Mr. Robot.
Oh,
but yeah, definitely a bad time. My that marker that I made was also in Mr. Robot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think season 2 they used it. I think he kept the number.
Wait, what? Okay, I just have to ask, what is this? Official bird law commercial? What inspired this video?
I have a sub perk that if you subscribe to me, you can get an email address, your Twitch name at bird.law. And we created a commercial to go along with it. I no longer have the 1-800 number because it was like too expensive to keep as a joke. But there's actually a number as well. That's my friend Johnny, who looks more like a lawyer than me.
That's incredible, dude. You just like
just do things.
Yeah, you just do it. You just like that. That's definitely an inspiration for a lot of people. If you're inspired to do stuff, just do it. Just do it. Make it your passion. Hacking was your passion, and it became what feeds you today.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by fun people that like to do outlandish things. So a lot of this is not just me, but from other people.
Very cool. Well, you got a lot of good views on your YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube actually was growing. I had like 7,000 subscribers. I'm only at 6, a little less than 6 now. I feel like if I put some more effort into it, I could probably grow again. But it is a whole extra amount of work to maintain a YouTube channel and stream, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Actually, that's me, says Deviled Egg.
She's Johnny, or she's the inspiration. I don't know.
I
try to
think
get her
she's
to
saying
do,
that she's the law professor. The law commercial.
Oh, yes. She. Oh, the one that feeds me.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yep.
Well, we're talking about feeding of ideas, but yeah, she is definitely not. She doesn't like to do crimes with me, and by crimes I mean shenanigans. I'm not doing crimes. I'm just doing shenanigans. They're always too much for her.
Is Deviled Egg in the hacking community?
She is actually.
That's cool. And then you have a video from 18 years ago, Star Fox 64 with a Wiimote?
Oh yeah,
Did you hack this? Did you hack it to make it happen? That sounds like a nightmare, but
it was, and like it was fun. It was actually really fun playing Star Fox. It's hard to tell from the video. It's the best I could do, but like the actual like tilting the Wiimote moved the R wing. This video is another video where I get a lot of comments like, "This is fake." This, like, you could tell that it's not synced up. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. People aren't. Not everything's fake on the internet. Yeah. I'm missing the Seaman video. I can't find the Seaman thing that we talked about earlier on the stream, because otherwise that would have been up here and that would have been amazing. That is a few months. This was a few months after. Dude. But this is before like Wii Motion Plus too. So like, yeah, it's a little janky, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's incredible, dude. 18 years ago. Dude, I was a shit when I got a Wii, like a Nintendo Wii. Like, I was a cool kid on the block for once. This has nostalgia for me. So.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that's the first video I put up there. Wow.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, let's go see what's your oldest long format. Let's go see what your oldest long format.
I think that's it. I think Star Fox. 18 years ago. DEF CON 17 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And then some Spore videos.
Oh, you were into Spore?
Very, very briefly. It was a hard game to run.
I got this. I'm gonna share. Let's get Jaku to 6K. Let's do it. I'm gonna share his YouTube channel with you guys. Go follow him. I'm gonna go subscribe right here. You're watching it right there. I just subscribed. So like, comment on his videos. Very cool.
Absolutely.
All right, and then let me go back over to your page. You have a YouTube. Oh, I never open X directly because
you never know what's on there.
Yeah, so like
it should be completely safe for work.
No, I'm just like the side ads, what other tweets pop in. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
I have to navigate.
Yeah. 2 good reasons. Yeah.
Yep. So I navigate to each tweet individually and then paste it in. So this is your latest tweet. Just had a flight attendant notify the entire plane after landing the current year. Not the local time, just the date and sign off. Said thanks for flying with. And the year is 2025.
Yeah, that was just kind of like, what? I was very confused, because I'm like, normally they do the date, like it's the local time is 7:20 Chicago, and it's 84 degrees. But she went into her whole spiel like, thanks for flying with us, blah 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 blah, and the year is 2025. Like, what? Like, we're 4 months into this year. Who needs that reassurance? It threw me off guard. I've flown like 500 plus times, and I just was like, what? I don't get it.
Dude, yeah. Also, I hate flying. I don't think anybody enjoys flying anymore.
Like, yeah, I'm like kind of like over it, and I used to really enjoy it.
All right, so I did notice, I'm going to put 2 tweets. So one, this comes from Crowd Control itself, but then it's talking about you are being nominated for Best Immersive Gaming Experience.
For a Webby, yeah.
For a Webby. So
this is actually...
Go vote right meow.
Yeah, that would be great. We are currently in third place, which is unfortunate. We were first for a minute. If you don't know what a Webby is, it's like an Emmy for the web. We've already got an Emmy, so we don't.
You have
we
an
don't
Emmy?
care about that. Yeah.
Wait, I did see that you put that in your profile that you're an Emmy award-winning creator.
Yeah. We won this for a show we did called Adventures of M, which was done on Twitch. It was like a children's show, which Twitch didn't like us calling it a children's show. But it was a show for, it was like a Blue's Clues style show where the Twitch chat could actually interact with the experience. So like when they're like, hey, where should we go? The chat could say the moon, and then they'd go to the moon, and there'd actually be a moon rather than like over there and having the fake like go to the left and like, oh, to the left, and it was pre-recorded. So it's definitely a good time to get that. But yeah, so that was 2020. We got our Emmy. Ross, who's one of our team members, he's got a few Emmys for a few other productions, so he really helped make this a reality. But a Webby is something that once I learned about a Webby 29 years ago on like Tech TV days, I was like, I wanted a Webby. That'd be awesome. And every year I forget about them. But this year we were fortunate to remember, and we were able to get nominated for one. And so there's two ways to win a Webby. There's the people's voice or the people's voting. So anyone in chat, if you feel so inclined, please go and vote for Crowd Control. We're up against WoW, the VR experience, and Call of Duty 6 for some reason. They're currently in first and second place. And then there is judging, so the judges can also pick a winner. And so we're hopeful that we're going to win that one, but the voting one's got the most like potential for us to complete a win. So fingers crossed.
Wait, what the hell makes WoW such a potentially great immersive gaming experience? Is it just the platform? It's probably what's going on.
I think it's also because it's the VR. There's apparently a VR version. Yeah, but I don't know what Call of Duty has. That's like
immersive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are just voting on it because of the platform it is, or its own platform type of thing. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm excited for this because it's something that I've always wanted to win. And had we remembered, well, I think Turnip Exchange would have been a really good contender for a Webby. But the timing of it would have been unfortunate because like Turnip Exchange just came out, and then the Webbies were like they announced all the categories and the selections, so like it would have been good the next year. There would have been new stuff. But really hopeful on this one.
Yeah. And then did you see one of your most awesomest crowd control tweets of all time featuring the Mikoverse and the interactivities?
Oh yes. Yeah, look who's there.
Exactly.
So all full circle.
Full circle. We've got
the poop yourself. That's my favorite. It's a miniature version of yourself.
I do love Blast Off. Blast Off has to be one of my favorites.
Blast Off is really fun.
Yeah, but yeah, I had just Miko had come into my chat and she's just like, can you film all different interactivities and send a clip or send a video? And I was like, sure. I just did that on stream, and then that tweet came out, and then I was like, wait a minute, that's me.
Okay, so she didn't even tell you what it was for.
No, so I just ended up on the crowd control tweet, and I was like, wait, what? That's me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But I was like, hey, can't confirm this is a great, experience. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right. Let's see what else cool things did I see. Wait, did this affect you and your business with crowd control or any of your other chargebacks?
Oh yeah.
Okay, explain the scenario here because I don't understand how this works. Like, paint the story for me. Okay.
So chargebacks are a huge part of doing business online, and it is an
Okay.
unfortunate side effect, and it is something that Visa, MasterCard, and all of the banks will be like, you just have to deal with it. And consumer protection is there's definitely more consumer protection with chargebacks than than businesses, and that's mostly okay with me. What a lot of people don't realize, creators more often than not do, but when a chargeback happens, when you as a consumer do a chargeback, you're not just getting your money back, you're also costing the company that you may have purchased the product from or not. They get charged a $15 fee on average, and
Ouch.
so we have crowd control coins that are $5. Um, we have a subscription fee that's $8, and so we have had chargebacks from users where they had a subscription for 5 months, and then they're like, "Oh, it wasn't what I wanted," and they're charged back all five. So they charge back $40, but then I'm hit with uh, $75 in chargeback fees. So I've now lost more money than I've made. And Stripe here is announcing that they are going to start introducing an additional $15 fee. So Stripe is our payment processor. They're what
Damn.
makes it really easy. And so if I dispute the fee, if I dispute your chargeback, um, it will cost me $15 to dispute it. So an $8 chargeback will now cost me $30 in disputes. I will get the $15 back if I win, but if I don't, I have to pay it. So it's going to make more companies just not dispute because it's almost not even worth it to dispute already. If I'm only making $3 on the chargeback for like coins already, um, and I dispute it, that's so much work for $3 that I might get back. You don't get that first $15 back ever. That just goes to the bank, and so it's really kind of frustrating. Whenever you can, especially with smaller businesses, like I get it, consumers do get taken advantage of from companies, which is why these protections are in place, and I agree with them most of the time. But if like you have a problem with software or a subscription or anything that you purchased online and you don't reach out to the company to make it right first, you're a bad person. Just straight up. Like anytime someone asks for a refund with crowd control, it pretty much always gets approved. There'd be an exception if someone's like, yeah, I bought $100 worth of coins and I spent them all, and that was 5 months ago, and I just want my money back. Like, I'm not going to do that because we've already paid out the streamer their take. So now we're going to give $100 away when we've already gave the streamer $80. That's not going to work. But we're very conscious of that, and we refund you when you ask for it, because it's cheaper for us in the long run, and we want you to have a good time. We don't want you to have a bad time. And if you forgot that your subscription was active, we're not going to be like, oh, sorry, that sucks for you. We're going to refund you. But if you just do a dispute and that's your default behavior, you're hurting the company more. And with these, Stripe and any payment processor, if you get a certain amount of chargebacks on your account, you just get kicked off the platform. You can't use them anymore.
Oh shit!
Considered high risk. Yeah. So every time we get a chargeback, it's like another bad mark. Even if we win, you could get 100 chargebacks and win all 100, and they're still kick you off the platform because it's too high risk at that point.
Dude.
Yeah. So
That's yeah, and there are scummy people out there that are just like, I'll make a new account every time, use it for whatever, and not actually pay money, and I'll get a chargeback. Like,
yep.
And even in the streamer world, we've seen people do huge donos, for subathons and things. Get like streamers will cut their hair off, and things like that, and then get the chargeback.
Yeah,
and
then it's unfortunate. Twitch gets a lot of hate on chargebacks too. Just to play some devil's advocate there. When a chargeback happens on Twitch, if it's with bits, the creator keeps that money. Bits are marked up a little bit. It costs $130 to buy $100 worth of bits, and people are like, "Oh, that sucks. The streamer's not getting that extra $30." That $30, yeah, some of it's gonna be profit for Twitch, but more often than not, that $30 is going into like an insurance pool to pay out to creators that got a chargeback. Because you imagine if you had 100 transactions for $100 each, that's going to be $3,000 that Twitch has in profit, and if 10 of those got charged back, Twitch is going to be like, well, we need to still pay out $1,000 to creators that we don't have anymore. They take it out of that $3,000 in the additional fees. Twitch made $2,000 now, but they paid out those creators still. That's cool. Subs don't have the same chargeback protection, so sometimes creators will see like a negative sub count, not sub count, but sub like revenue. But Twitch doesn't charge the creator the fee, the $15. They eat that still, and it's a little unfortunate for sure when you get subs in the subathon and you've done something like actually physical or like cutting your hair. Like that's a big deal. But in a lot of times, and not always, but in a lot of times, it's like, oh, someone did 100 gift subs and it was just all I had to do was thank them. And it's like, all right, you didn't really lose anything in that deal. So like, yeah, it sucks that you lost the 100 sub revenue, but you didn't really do much. But it does suck when you actually do cut off your hair or something like that. But at least you're not charged the $15 in addition. You just lost money you didn't have in the first place.
Yeah, Twitch covers that, which sucks. That sucks.
Yeah. Chargeback sucks for everyone. And people are like, it was funny as I see a lot of times when chargebacks are on Twitter, people will be like, Twitch just shouldn't allow it. It's like, it's not Twitch, it's the banks and the payment card industry. Like it's people don't understand the scope of things sometimes.
Yeah, the complexity.
That can be frustrating. Yeah. It's not Twitch.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, it is a necessary evil because there are a lot of scummy companies out there that will just steal your credit card information and charge you money.
Yep.
All right, and then okay, so you two got fucked over. You have way more footage than I do, but
oh, that's fake. Sorry, that was a meme.
Oh,
that's
okay,
a meme.
I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
There's a speed run, Bait and Kronos on the GameCube, which takes like literally 15 real life days to beat 100% speed run. I'm not a speedrunner in that, but this is like a joke on the somebody help me budget my my money, and they're like, $10 for utilities, $200 for rent, and then it's like $6,000 for eggs, and or I don't remember what the original meme was, and it's like, spend less money on eggs, and the response is like, no. So that was just a joke on this. That'd be insane to have that many, but
I gotcha. For a minute there, I was over the storage limit, and I was like, fuck. Now I gotta go deal with all the, like, what am I keeping? What am I getting rid of? What's already on YouTube? What's not on YouTube? Like, I went through that whole rigmarole. Did you have to do that?
No, I didn't do a lot of highlights. A lot of my stuff I would record locally, and I would put it on YouTube afterwards anyways.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. I'm out of Darewolves?
Drorios.
Drorios.
Yeah, Oreos that you keep in your drawer.
Oh.
Is that not common? Is that not a thing?
I don't have Oreos, but I'm a cat. I can't have chocolate.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you shouldn't have Drorios.
Nice. Okay, but Oreos are definitely a go-to for you, comfort snack.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like you had a hot take. I want to see what gave you this hot take. Sending voice messages and DMs to others when that's not your normal form of communication is a type of illegal imprisonment. Changed my mind.
Yeah, Moni, our community manager, social media manager, socials, she has a habit of sending voice memos, and we typically talk text. She actually sent a voice memo during this interview, and like I can't listen to it right now because I'm doing an interview. I don't know what the context of the message is. I won't know the context unless I listen to it, and at least at the time of this tweet, they have thus changed it. On mobile, you couldn't do anything else. You couldn't click out to another like channel on Discord, you could only listen to it because as soon as you slid out and to go like back to another message, it would stop playing. It still works that way on desktop. So if I click play and I click onto somebody else's thing, it stops playing. I have to listen to it. I can't do anything else on Discord unless I listen to it. So yeah, it is I will stand by this. This is definitely a form of illegal imprisonment.
There we go. There we go.
Yep. I wasn't sure what this hot take was going to be. I'm like, oh man, do I have an actual hot take on here that might get me in some trouble?
They should send speech to text. True.
That'd be nice, yeah.
I don't know if this was actual advice or a life hack or a joke. Can you explain? Want free money for the holidays? Buy a domain, set up Gmail on it.
I was getting a lot of messages from people asking me to go and do a survey, and the only requirement was that I had a Google domain so I could sign into Google with it. That was not a personal email, so you couldn't use @Gmail, and it was for services that I used and or hadn't used yet, where they're like, hey, come take a survey and get a $20 to $50 gift card or something. And I will do those from time to time when I'm using a product and I want to give actual feedback, because it's like, all right, yeah, no, this is great. I can give feedback and make some money. So it's a little bit of a joke, but it's also potentially a thing you could do.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, this might be a hot take. So, Moon Bitch said, say no to AI slop. And when you had a response, nearly 1,000 streamers have commented on this great user voice against AI, and yet 11% of them use monetized extensions focusing on AI features. Why are so many streamers so hypocritical about AI when their wallets are involved?
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to what we were talking about with text-to-speech a little bit. I personally have seen creators that have been against AI art, but then all in on AI text-to-speech. And that's where the hypocritical part comes from. What I did here is I went to the user voice on the Twitch page and I scraped all the creators that commented about it, and I ran against Twitch's APIs all the extensions that they had enabled, and like over 1,000 creators. At that time, it was about 8%, I want to say, or no, it says 11%. Yeah, so about 11% of those creators had text-to-speech extensions that used AI, but also were commenting AI is bad on that user voice. And it was strange to me that you could say one thing, but then use the other thing because it made you money.
Yikes.
Yeah. Like, wherever you stand on the stance, it should be clear and concise, I guess, or similar. It was just, I think people were dogpiling on the Twitch side of things and then not realizing, oh wait, I'm also using extensions that are making me money that do this.
Yep. Okay. Oh, it seems you have comments about this product, this contactless access that uses an app, and I think at the sales pitch is this is unhackable. And to me, that's like challenging the hackers to be like, universal. Oh yeah, sure. It uses. You think so?
Yeah, it's just a really bad app too. Like it shows you it's a Bluetooth button that literally just like you click it and it sends a signal to the elevator to unlock or to go up or down, and it's probably hackable, but it's just like they really were like it's unhackable. And they use buzzwords throughout the video.
Fail-safe design.
Yeah. It was just really silly to see.
Marketing slop. You're just like, whoa. Like if that's another one. If you had it, you might be like, hold my beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, geez. Let's have a conversation about bots
Sure.
because I notice your Discord has a bot trap, and you're
Oh
doing
yeah.
your best. Um,
Yeah. This is on our onboarding. We have a question on our onboarding that says, "Are you a bot or a scammer?" It's changed a little bit. We now put in like parentheses, like yes, you will get kicked or something, because we were having a lot of users click that and not realizing like why they got kicked. But if you click that and go through the onboarding process, you will get kicked from the server, um, and that will help prevent. It actually does catch some bots. We then also have we have a general channel. This one doesn't instantly. Well, it was our general channel. It's now called just Bot Trap, and if you type into it, our bot will like go and try to determine if you are a bot and kick you. If it's unsure, it will post in a message to a moderator to take a look at. Um, I'm constantly adding stuff to our Discord because we have a lot of bots and a lot of like scammers coming into our Discord, sending friend requests and trying to pretend to be like a bigger streamer by just putting their link in their bio. So we take that stuff pretty seriously.
Actually, I
I will
think
say,
I've had that experience. What do I do if I have experienced that with your Discord?
you can open a private ticket, and
Okay.
which is super easy to do, and just tell us the name and send a screenshot if you want. But we take care of it pretty quickly when we get alerted.
Yeah, I have seen that. Like they try to friend you, and then their
Mhm.
name is appearing like they're a partnered popular streamer.
Yeah,
And then you look at the username, and it's got like a space or like a different, different special character added to, so it's a unique name. So
yeah, it's a shame. We can prevent people from DMing each other on our Discord, but we can't prevent them from sending friend requests, which makes sense because how do you do that really from a Discord standpoint? But there needs to be a bit more server protections in place that servers can do that Discord gives access to. I've been building a lot of custom stuff. I'm actually building something right now that takes it to another new level of our stuff, but it's just
Hey.
unfortunate.
Hey, Captain Steel Pants, another devs in the chat. I'm talking to the CEO of the CEO of Warp World, which owns Crowd Control. This is Jaku, and
Hello.
Captain Steel Pants gave me a sweet mohawk, so thank you, Captain
Nice.
Steel Pants. All right. I saw this and I just have to comment on it. This is Cliffy's wallet.
Yeah,
Does he sit with that monstrosity in his back pocket?
he takes it out when he sits.
That is... What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I've also I don't know when I started doing it, but I've moved my wallet to the front years ago,
Mhm.
and because my back did start hurting at one point, and I want to say this was 10 years ago at this point, and like within a week or two of putting it in my front pocket, it fixed all my back pain. And I
Oh,
don't.
wow.
I try not to. I try to not keep that. This is a little thicker than normal. Because I did. A lot
Oh,
of traveling.
that's still a chunky boy.
Yeah, I've got some hotel cards in there and stuff that I gotta clean out. I'll do that right now, and I'll show you the difference that it makes. But yeah, like I try to keep it pretty tame myself.
Interesting.
That's better. Yeah, and I think some of the chunk on it right now is because there is an Apple AirTag in it now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's helpful.
But
That is helpful.
yeah, this is what it should look like.
Oh, that's much better.
Drastic.
That's definitely
Yeah.
not as chunky of a chunky boy. So your friend's Cliffy wallet, you're like, bro, you just had to.
Yeah.
Like you could not
I had
say
to.
anything.
No,
Okay.
I saw that. I'm like, I gotta tweet about that, man. What the heck?
And then you actually got to inspect it and see what's
Yeah.
inside.
He was so upset because he's like, nothing's fitting back together. Like, he's got a Polaroid photo of us from like 8 years ago.
Okay.
He's got a Gary sticker. He's got these like why has he got these coupon codes? This Modern Midway ink. He's got some Marvel cards. A whole lot of change. Like, put that in your pocket. Yeah, it was
That's funny.
outlandish.
That is funny.
He has like 5 guitar picks. What the heck?
All right, and then actually I'm approaching, getting close to 6 hours, so we'll wrap up the social media dive with this guy. Today we celebrate 1 year of Crowd Control 2.0, our biggest challenges involving architecture, UI rebrand that would bring to life our mission in making Crowd Control available to streamers everywhere. It's been a wild year. Shout outs to the Crowd Control team and community making it so amazing.
Yeah,
you've had 22,000 streamers, which again I will agree is an impressive number, but also that definitely should be much higher in my opinion. Like,
yeah, agreed.
Like that's like not even that's a fraction of 1%. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how to get the word out, and then like on top of that, oh, we're blocking it, but you've had 5,000 support tickets, 10 ambassadors.
Yeah,
what is
ambassadors?
Okay, 34 new
ambassadors.
Games that you added.
Yep, in that year. Ambassadors are like our champions of Crowd Control. They will help with press sometimes. They will do streams that are paid per month, sort of thing. It will be an opportunity for them to help like spread the word of Crowd Control.
Wow, and then you've done 11 million effects and nearly 2 million of revenue. That's impressive, dude.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Technically sales more than rev. I think that should have said sales probably. Yeah. Yeah, that probably should have said sales. Looking back at that. But yeah, quite a bit. Our subs, our Crowd Control Pro subs increased quite a bit. It's been it was a really good year for us. From 1.0 to 2.0, big changes, and we're glad to continue to be here. And you know, we're 4 months away from our 2-year anniversary. So really excited to still be here and to be able to continue building awesome stuff for creators.
This is incredible, dude. I commend you, dude. I will say, Crowd Control has made it to where my gaming sessions can be palatable. Like, a lot of people, like the chat dies, it goes to sleep, and like, I can understand it. Like, it's just like, they go to hang out with you, but if they can't interact with you while you're gaming, because like, I tunnel a lot. I tunnel focus the game, so it's hard to like focus on chat and stuff. But with Crowd Control, it makes it to where they can have fun too, or they can hurt or help you. You know,
they can bring you out of the tunnel. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
so
that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. So, all right, stream marker. This has been the social media dive with Jaku. Go hang out with Jaku. Go use his app. Go play Crowd Control games. Go use the Turnip Exchange. Any other platform plugs that I missed?
No, I think that's good. I mean, yeah, we don't have to do too much more of a dive on me. There's a million other things you can probably find that I've done over the years, but Turnip Exchange, Crowd Control, those are and even the Snap Camera stuff. Those are the things I'm really proud of, and glad to have helped people. Yeah, all that stuff has been really just really cool to be part of in any way I can, and I'm excited to see whatever new project comes up in my mind that I'm like, oh, I could go and help him do this. So, thanks for having me.
That's a really cool approach, dude. Just to be like, what can I help with? I have these skills, these very particular skills.
Yeah.
What can I do? You're helpful with them. Definitely a white hat at heart.
So. Yes, I definitely enjoy leaving the world a better place than I found it, and doing what I